I really enjoy our Desperate Households group, and actually it's a group that has been getting together for quite a few years, and I was part of it about I don't know, last year, about a year and a half. Anyway, with this group, we have 4 new people who joined us for Desperate Households, and we really had some very intimate sharing. And I think the thing that I really enjoyed about it was that people felt safe enough so that they could share. They could talk about some feelings that were really hurting inside them and able to release their hurts. And that was beautiful. And I also got to meet some new people. And I've had an awesome experience, and I really hope that our group continues in the new year.
I loved our 12:30 start time every Sunday. We began shortly after awesome worship. Our group averaged 6 women, 2 men. Each time out, there was great finger food and even a birthday cake last week. Truly an abundance of hospitality all through this group. We were quite blessed having Pastor Brad open his home to us and lead the Desperate Household study. Pastor Brad, of course, being the gifted professional he is, showcased creative listening, patience, tolerance, and a killer sense of humor. During moments of clarification or the awkward silence, he's mastered the one-liners. It totally melts the ice and draws us somewhat closer because we can laugh and feel better exploring subject matter that can be somewhat difficult. Giving up Calgary Hitmen tickets for a Sunday matinee game a few weeks ago to a family at work was an easy call. It's not about us individually. We can be there for one another, even help purge guilt, shame, and fears by listening as well as receiving new and often better perspectives on life experience. Because this is all for the kingdom and growing the kingdom, all self-disclosure is a confidential trust between us as participants. Desperate Households is powerful because it reopens the past and reveals some scars, but even more so because God's very word puts all the topics and issues in the right perspective. What are relationships, marriage, raising children, purity, and holiness supposed to be? There is a quality of communication, humility, forgiveness, and submission that Jesus intends for all of us. In Desperate Households, we are given the opportunity to share and listen to what God has to say about how relationships need to function. It's an excellent time to get those prayer requests out and look forward to being changed by the Spirit as God further develops our character for the kingdom. Proverbs 3 verse 6, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." Being married, single, young or old, we can relate each week with the Desperate Households program. The God we worship sent his Son, Jesus, who teaches, forgives, and heals. When we come to him, he takes our desperate and makes it whole.
I came to Hope Park a long time ago, thinking, well, church would be nice, relaxing. So I came here when I was a younger kid. I didn't participate in many groups, I just came, I was a member for a long time. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden the purpose-driven life came in. Mm-hmm. 40 days of purpose. And I'm like, well, I gotta get in touch with this, but I can't go to any of these. They're too far away. And then all of a sudden Frank came in the middle of baptism, and I got in touch with his group. And Frank's a great guy, Well, I feel a lot of frustrations in my life, whether it's for missing the bus or for many things like that. But I find God, he's always there. I believe the good thing about God is you can pester him all you want, but he would not get mad at you or anything. You pray 1 time a day, you pray 4 times a day if you want. If you think you're alone, like we mentioned in our Desperate Households, and that's an example of you're always there.
It was great to see how God worked and connected many of our group members, and we each grew differently as we studied through the Desperate Household material. Specifically, since each one of us came from a different church, it was really neat to see how each one of us could come together on the same wavelength, and it definitely benefited each one of us participating in the group together.
This is going to be some great, what do you call it, bloopers. This will be blooper footage.
That's what we wanted. Why was it so hard for me to get that? Thanks.
No problem.
I want to say that Oak Park Church is probably the funnest church you'll ever see.
You're not doing blooper footage. That's Desperate Households seem to connect all of us in a way that, man, this is horrible. Can I start over?
Sure, yeah.
Good enough?
Yahoo!